the impact of Euros has finally made its impact on the market, and yesterday afternoon, Curious hit a whopping $25. Oh my gosh. Let's pass it on over to Market Watch, shall we? Jumping 30% of you guys, smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so we can get to 110,000. So yesterday afternoon, Curious hit a unprecedented $25 mark, all because of Euros. And as you can see, they have definitely calmed down, but there are so many $5 copies of this card that just got shaved off of the market. It's crazy. I don't know what else to tell you guys. The fact that we saw application for this for Two Elements, where you could basically make this card facilitate a specific dump and then continue on with your day, is quite actually really cool. I don't think a lot of players really gave much consideration to Curious in the deck, but specific spot removal is specific spot dumping is very, very good. So glad to see that Curious getting some much needed love, question mark. Next up was Beat Cop. Okay, so if you all saw a feature match yesterday, we got the chance to see that, oh my gosh, these got bought out. Yeah, I mean, you're what, like $40 right now? All because this, you contribute one monster strike, one face-up card on the field, place one patrol counter on it. If a card with patrol counter be destroyed by a card effect, remove one patrol counter from it instead. Your whole purpose here is you're just going to put a patrol counter on your Mystic Mine. Ooh, it facilitates protecting the Mystic Mine. Of course, the card's going to go up. Definitely makes sense to me. Is it a good thing that this card has gone up? I don't think so. I think that a lot of players are just very like, the things are changing, we got to pick up new things. I guess, man. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This was one of the biggest things out of the weekend here. Now, the greens just got cratered off the market, man. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror purples are $25 a piece. Luckily for me, I can buy reds for $9 and pick some Spanish blues down here for $10. Wow, turbo packs are also $6. Commons, $5-6. Anytime you see this in Light Imprisoning Mirror show up into a format, just because like a lot of people, I guess, forget about good Floodgate cards. They tend to look away from certain interactions within the format. I don't think it's a bad thing that they forgot about these cards, and when they do show back up that they're good, but this was definitely a good choice against tier. So I'll give it up and say that I'm not surprised to see that this has gone up in price at all. It shows up once, people look at the Floodgate and they go, oh, they lose their mind. Speaking of losing your mind, Mystic Mine Secret Rares are still $9. That's good, alright? I'm glad that every time we see an application with this card, they stay cheap. Like, $3 to $4 for the maximum golds and supers, still at $4. You know, considering the fact this card is also now on the chopping block in a lot of people's minds, it is very good to see that they're still affordable and people didn't buy out Mystic Mine. Good on you, community. I'm proud of you. You ran after Shadow Imprisoning Mirror and all these other cards right now, but you look at Mystic Mine, you're like, no, we're not going after this. Altergeist cards. I was also like, man, I really hope that people aren't going to suddenly lose their minds here and go after Altergeist stuff. Melizeeks, $1.50s, it's not bad. Prime Banshees, $2. Multi-Fakers, still dollars effectively, like maybe $1.50s after shipping. Prime Banshees, $1.30s. Okay, so things are still going pretty straightforward here from my generalized understanding for this. Still glad to see that this stuff is relatively cheap. Once again, good on you, community. Rika Teardrops. $83. Nice meme, by the way. $40 down here. Glamours are now $45. This is so unrealistic at this point that it hurts. Petals are now at $10 as well. You know, if you had bought in at this at how many years ago when Rika first came out and you looked at the core and you're like, oh my god, plants are so bad. But if you're somebody like me that just likes to have playsets of everything laying around in case you do want to experiment around with something, You got rewarded for it. Massively, actually. Teardrops are now $45, ladies and gentlemen. You've lived long enough to see a card that should have been reprinted an eternity ago, actually. Wow, even Strenas are now like $5. Rika Fairies are $4. Whew, wow. That is a wild ride. Sun Avalon Dryas's yield Link 1 here, still $3. Link 4, still like kind of cheap. I was kind of curious seeing if anything here within the trees had moved, and it does not look like anything for the trees has moved. Balancer. Yeah, here we go. Still, Balancer is one of those cards you look at and you're like, I'm glad you're not a $10 card, because it's very, very, very specifically niched for what you want this card for. But once again, during the main phase, quick effect, target effect, monster opponent controls take damage equal to its attack, and if you did take damage, return it to your hand. Alright, your whole life purpose here, spell removal bounce. Problem is, it's still a Link 4 you still got to climb up into, which can kind of be a little bit taxing depending on the build. I don't have a problem with this card per se, but I think a lot of other people will just look at this and be like, playing combo too hard, no point in playing it. Jasmine down here. Jasmine has been on a very, very good spiral down. Like, still only like $5-6 post shipping. Alright, not even that much. Just for the ability to beam out some specific plant extenders for the deck. Yeah, it can be a little bit more niche, I'm not going to lie to you about that, but this is one of the cards that plant players are waiting for so long, and now that plants have gotten to this level where you have all of these moving pieces and interaction points going around them, it finally feels like a real deck. We just had to upgrade it with some very specific stuff from the anime. Zero Boros. I'm also glad to see that these haven't toxically gone up. Urobi, it's got 2 printings. Yeah, it does. That's for sure. Thank you, Structure Deck. I remember back in the day when the Structure Deck version of this was a little bit expensive, but at least the Battles of Armageddon reprint for this pushed this down. 921 listings of this bad boy right here. Whoo-wee. Rivalry of the Warlords. Oh my gosh, this is one of the biggest key players out of this weekend here. Yep, and they're consistently going. 160, 158, and 180 were the last sold listings. 180 was a couple of days ago, though. Once again, man, look at those floodgates, man. It's almost like these cards are powerful or something. It's almost like they came from King's Court, and a lot of people looked at specific floodgate stuff, and they're like, I don't want to pick these up. Once again, my favorite saying now comes into play here. If you wanted higher rarity stuff, you had your chance to get it, alright? Always on release, looking at stuff until things go out of print, go out of circulation. Especially if you look at being a control player, should have grabbed them. Oh my gosh, enemy controllers. What are these going for now? I just saw that we got a very specific interaction with these. $52. I guess you can get a German near mint here for DR. Ugh, that's a little bit cheeky, I suppose. Little bit up there. AST First Edition. If I remember, AST First Ed is always a ride. You gotta love these original prints, man. Near mint First Eds, German Light Play First for 33. You're looking at 72 on up to 82 here for enemy controllers. That's a big yikes. Talents. Still 720s. 79s. You're looking at what, like $30 for these? Yeah? Still $30, not bad. Glad to see that. Ultimate Slayers. The Starlights have now officially broke the 400 mark, or very close to it. 300, 334, 330. Lowest available. No feedback here at that. And then you're looking at 400 post-tax for sure on your shipping. Easy peasy, ladies and gentlemen. And then, of course, the Red Resonator of Time here. You know, the way the time rules are right now, it's pretty ridiculous to say this, but you are going to continue to see abuse of certain cards out here because of that, and that's just how it works. I really want to be more positive than that, but when you have such poor rules in construction for things, of course that's how it's going to go. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think about today's market, and of course we'll be back tomorrow with the regularly scheduled market watch as well. Peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.